Hey dolls, welcome back to your Royal BFF, the People's Duchess. How's it going? Happy Friday from lovely Brampton, Toronto. And while I may be in a different country, my spirit and heart are with Prince Harry in Birmingham, having to deal with the continued onslaught of bad behavior from his dad, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, Charles is just such a clown. God, he is such a. Pennywise is a better clown than Charles. At this point, I only restrain myself somewhat because that's Harry's dad, and we all know how he feels about trying to repair that relationship. He has said openly and over again that the door is open, but the ball is in Charles's court. And it's so sad to watch this because he acts like Harry owes him his life. And I don't understand that. I get that you always have to put the institution first. It's monarchy first, family second with these people. But Charles personally acts like Harry is supposed to be kissing his feet, kissing his hands, groveling, like Harry and Meghan owe him their life or something. Like, why does he think that his child owes him such a debt of gratitude? You brought him into this world. You're the one that decided to bring someone else into this situation completely without their consent, without their consultation. You did it for yourself to preserve your lineage, to preserve the monarchy. Harry had no say in that decision making process. So now that he's here, now that any kid really is here, it's your obligation to them. You brought them here. So when they show up, when Harry shows up as he is, loving who he loves, being who he is, it's your job as the parent to accept that and work with any limitations or prejudices that you might have to resolve that. It's not Harry's job to maintain this father-son relationship. How is the onus of maintaining a father-son relationship on the son? How is the onus of maintaining any parent-child relationship on the child? If you bring a person into this world, you have to be prepared to accept them as they are. You have to give your child unconditional love. You can maybe love them from afar if they're criminals or if they turn out to be harmful people that aren't good for society and whatever. Maybe you have to tough love them from afar. But if you have a child that does something that you disagree with, right? Let's say you're against homosexuality or interracial marriage or whatever the case might be, those are limitations of yours. There's nothing wrong with being gay, and there's nothing wrong with being biracial or loving someone outside of your race. So those are your limitations. You have to be prepared to love your child regardless what type of adult they become. Again, unless they're a dangerous, harmful adult, then that's one thing. But in the case of they just do something that you don't like, that's on you. The onus is on you as the parent to exercise that wisdom and responsibility of parenthood, not the other way around. You shouldn't expect your kid to regulate your emotions or have that emotional maturity on your behalf when you're lacking it. And yeah, I mean, we're talking about adults here, so not technically children, but from my experience, your kid is always your kid. I am still a child to my mom. So no matter what happens, she will always be expected to be the adult in whatever interaction the two of us are having. It is always going to be a parent-child relationship, no matter how old I am. So there should never be a time where Harry is expected to rise up and be the bigger man. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have to take his father into consideration or his father's role into consideration. Sure, he always has. He always has. When is it his father's turn to be the father in this relationship? When is it Charles's turn to do the right thing and stand up and be the bigger man and just put everything aside and wash things away anew? Isn't that his role as not just his father, but the king, the unifier, the great unifier of countries? Isn't that literally his job? And the other part of this is, okay, fine, you don't love him, right? Fine, no worries. Why are you so hateful to his children? What did his kids do? Why are his kids persona non grata? That's what lets me know that you are just a vindictive person. First of all, you're 190 years old. This is the time that you should be using to start thinking about your legacy and what you want people to remember about you. This is the most embarrassing kingly legacy of probably your entire lineage, outside of those ugly-ass Habsburgs, of course. I'm not trying to be ageist here. Growing old is a privilege that many are denied. I look forward to growing old. Every year I'm around is a year better than the last. So I'm not making fun of that at all, okay? I'm using dark humor and satire to get through emotional, equally dark subject matter. Charles, this is your time to start considering righting those wrongs. This is a time where people who have treated their family like trash all throughout their lives, and now they've gotten to this point, this is the time that they reflect back on that and start trying to make amends. It's beyond me that you're not at all concerned about that. That's how I know that you ain't shit, and also that you don't believe in no God. This is how I know you don't believe in God, because at the end of a person's life, they get very religious. And fun fact, I used to work in a psychiatric facility, outpatient for a while and then inpatient. And with the inpatients who are a little bit elderly at the end of life, they would start getting haunted by the people that they wronged, primarily their ex-wives or babies' mothers and the children that they left behind or otherwise abused and wronged. So that, not necessarily that they are sorry, but that the haunting is the primary motivator for them getting their affairs in order and reaching out to those people if they're still around and making amends. And even the patients who weren't like super religious, they start associating those hauntings with burning in hell. So that's the primary motivator. They get terrified of burning in hell. Or do you own hell too, Charles? Does the monarchy also own hell like they own the Bible? Is that why you're not afraid? And even if you don't think that you're doing anything wrong now, you know what you've done to Harry during the course of his entire life. You and your wife concocted so many stories against him. You've done so much evil against your own flesh and blood child, and now his grandchildren and his wife, yes, but even predating his marriage, you treated this man like trash. Sent him off, mentally unprepared, emotionally rejected, absolutely isolated. Is that parenting that you think is worthy of heaven? Is that parenting that is even worthy of the title of parent? Do you deserve to even be called a father? And don't give me that, oh, well, William turned out just fine. No, he didn't. William is a violent felon by all accounts, and he hates you. You just can't bring yourself to say it because he's all you have left. And if you and William publicly get into it, then they'll say, oh, well, yeah, Charles is actually pretty terrible. You can't afford to let anyone know how you feel about William. At your age, you should be considering legacy and leaving behind a better legacy, a less embarrassing legacy than you currently have. Or are you satisfied with being the tampon king who disowned his son for no good reason, and for some even more random reason, his grandchildren who did nothing, who are innocent in all of this? It's a terrible, terrible legacy to leave behind. I mean, there's nothing you can do about Tampon Gate. That is forever. And if you don't think so, I beg to differ. A lot of us beg to differ.
Oh, stop. I want to feel my way along you, all over you and up and down you and in and out.
Oh,
Particularly in and out.
oh that's just what I need at the moment.
What about me? The trouble is I need you several times a week.
Oh, so do I. I need you all the week, all the time.
Oh, God, I just live inside your trousers or something. It would be easier.
What are you going to turn into, a pair of knickers?
Oh, God forbid, a Tampax. Just my luck.
Brendan! You are a complete idiot. What a wonderful idea.
My luck to be chucked down the lavatory and go on and on forever, swirling around on the top, never going down.
Oh, darling!
No, that's real freak shit. I love that.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Don't be silly. I've never achieved anything.
Get this. Your greatest achievement is to love me.
What?
Didn't she?
Should I put that in my vows?
You
Love you.
don't want to say goodbye.
Neither do I, but you must get some sleep. Bye.
Bye, darling.
Love you.
Bye.
Hopefully talk to you in the morning.
Please.
Bye. I do love you.
Oh my
Night.
God.
Night.
Night.
Love you forever.
Night. Night.
Bye. Press the button.
Going to press the tit.
All right, darling. I wish you were pressing mine.
God, I wish. I wish I was harder and harder.
Oh, darling.
Night.
Night.
Love you.
Wow. Well done.
That was beautiful.
Probably should have given you guys a trigger warning, huh? Sorry about that. But yeah, no, this is your legacy, Charles. This is what you're leaving behind. Are you not embarrassed? Do you have no shame at all? Is there any humanity left? This conversation took place decades ago, but as you can see, it's alive and well in 2026. This is still your legacy in 2026. So, what are you going to do about it? Isn't the smarter move now to counter all of this bad press and bad blood, to establish some sort of foundation in those grandchildren's name, to let them know that you love them despite whatever anyone says? It'll be a permanent show of your love to those kids. Because look, you may never be able to reconcile with Harry. You might never be able to agree to disagree on whatever and repair this relationship. But it's my understanding that as a grandparent, the grandchild or grandchildren, aren't they mulligans? Don't you get a do-over when it comes to the grandkids? Isn't that like how it goes as far as grandparents are concerned? I don't know. Yeah, Charles is just a whole clown. And if nothing else, you're not even making sound business decisions. Your mom recognized very early on that Meghan was a sound investment in the monarchy's future. You failing to realize that has been your downfall. And the more you try to humiliate Harry, pulling these stunts like inviting him to Buckingham Palace, dangling that carrot, and then disinviting him off of some nonsense, it really just comes back to bite you in the butt. This is all coming back on you, Charles. The more you try to sick your press hounds on his wife to destroy her character and isolate her, the more you shun their children, the worse the monarchy and the institution itself looks. Because you're not only the king of the racists, you're also the king of a lot of other people who look like Meghan, who look like me. You've lost all of them, really. And your son is going to fare no better because he's you 2.0, minus the Hills Have Eyes wife. So what are you really leaving behind here? In fact, what's your message? You're up there preaching unity from your pulpit, and your family is so fractured, it's not even funny. Unity, Charles? Who are you able to unify? You've got a lot of nerve. You need to have every seat in Buckingham Palace. That place is a nightmare. You're a nightmare. You people are beyond creepypasta. You're like the blueprint for creepypasta. Thank you so much for giving us Harry, but we will take it from here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, hit that join button. We have a ton of fun in members only. Support the channel, buy me a coffee. Join me on Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok at The People's Duchess. Have a wonderful weekend ahead, guys. Please be safe out there, be kind to yourselves, and until next time, bye for now.